Hey guys, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your free NHL hockey preview and prediction for Thursday. It is February 23rd. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your Thirsty Thursdays. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by your good friends right here at ATSStats.com. Come and check out the Raymond Report. Get the free NHL stats. Go to NHL, free NHL stats. Get the Raymond Report Lite version each and every day for free right here at ATSStats.com. All right, let's get to your NHL action. And before we do, let's see how the NHL did the last couple days on the SBI, the Sports Betting Index. And what we do in this segment, we always take a look at the market psychology of the sports betting public when it comes to the NHL. Let's see what the bookmaker's looking at. Like my good friend Ross Benjamin says all the time, you got to think like a bookmaker, and you got to think of what they're seeing and how they're adjusting their lines or what they think the public is seeing, so that way you don't overpay or underpay. Well, underpay, I don't mind underpaying for a line if I know I got a good pick, but I don't want to overpay for anything, right? All right, so let's take a look at the last 7 days in the NHL. 59.1% of the favorites have cashed in. That's 2% lower on the year at 61.9. The puck line, I know I sound like a broken record right here, but 63% last 7 days, 68.7. Folks, keep an eye on the puck line, and that's where you can make some money this year in the NHL. And 55.3% of the games have gone over the total the last 7 days. All the games last night, 2-1, only 3 games. That's why you got a high percentage of a 67%. Small sample last night. All right, let's get to your, I think there's like 10, 11 games today in the NHL, so we got a busy Raymond Report here for you guys today. So let's kick it off at the Amalie Arena, where the Tampa Bay Lightning taking on the Buffalo Sabres. The Sabres got spanked by the Toronto Maple Leafs the other night. 6-3 was the final. 9 goals scored in that game. Tonight, Tampa Bay a -233 favorite. 6.5 is the total. We're going to lean with the Bolts in this one. 3.5 to 2.8. The over-under listed at 6.35. Tampa Bay, believe it or not, that game against Anaheim, that was 0-0 in the first period. And next thing you know, there was 7 goals scored in that game. Last 2 games for Tampa Bay have gone over the total. And looking at Buffalo, 28-27 on the year, while the Tampa Bay Lightning, 36-20 on the season. Columbus taking on the Minnesota Wild. The Wild coming off a 2-1 victory over the Kings in their last contest, while Columbus lost to Arizona. 3-2 was the final in that one. However, they're still on a 5 ATS win streak. Last 4 games for the Blue Jackets have gone under the total. Catching the Minnesota team is pretty hot right now. They've won their last 3, and we're going to lean with Columbus as a home underdog upset here against the Wild. 3.1 to 2.5, the over-under at 5.71. Capitals taking on the Anaheim Ducks. The Washington Capitals, they're on a 5-game losing streak, and you can see the Ducks, they're on a 6-game losing streak. So as they say in the old business, misery loves company, and they're going to meet tonight at the Capital One Arena. But we're going to lean with the Caps in this one. 2.9 to 2.7, the over-under at 5.72. And we're going to give the Capitals a 66% chance of winning tonight in Washington. All right, the New York Rangers taking on Detroit Red Wings. The Red Wings, in their last 10 games, 7-3 straight up. In fact, I had the Red Wings making the playoffs this year. I took a futures bet on them. If you remember on the Raymond Report podcast, I said, you know what? Here's a good opportunity. Take Detroit just to make the win the Stanley Cup. But we don't, obviously if you win the Stanley Cup, we're going to do pretty well financially. All they got to do is start making the playoffs, and we can hedge them all the way, right? But tonight, -159 is the line, 6.5 is the total, and we're going to lean with the team that is 7-3 also in their last 10 games. That's the New York Rangers, off a 4-1 loss to the Jets, so they're going to be in a nasty mood here tonight in Big D is Dallas in the Motor City. And 3.8 to 2.9, the over-under at 6.86, so we do like this one to fly over the total tonight in the Motor City. Not Big D, come on, Ron. Big D, we all know Big D is Dallas, right? Jerry's house. Edmonton taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins. You got the Oilers. Look at the total in this one. Yeah, they see almost a 2-point conversion happen here. 7.5 is the total. -110 is the line in Pittsburgh. So pick 'em line here tonight between the Penguins and Oilers. Oilers don't look well. Their goaltending is so inconsistent that, betting the over and the under, you'll need your Pepto-Bismol watching those games. All right, Pittsburgh, we got them losing tonight to the Oilers. 3.6 to 2.8, the over-under at 6.45. And the Penguins coming in on a 3-game losing streak, and they're playing on 2 days rest. LA taking on the New Jersey Devils. Devils losing to the Habs the other night. 5-2 was the final. Very inconsistent right there but you know what? Going back to the Martin Brodeur days, I didn't want to say that 3 times. The Devils always struggle against the Habs. I don't know why. 3.1 to 3.6 for the Devils tonight, so we'll see if they bounce back. They are 6-4 straight up in their last 10. Their strength of schedule 48.9, so basically neutral right there. Same thing for the Kings off a 2-1 loss to the Wild. Should be a good one tonight in New Jersey. Vancouver taking on the St. Louis Blues. We got the Blues winning this one 3.4 to 2.8. The over-under at 6.24. St. Louis, yeah, you know what? Just when they traded their captain, you know it's a rebuild. So hang tight there, Blues fans. It could be a long second half here, but you know what? The good news is you're not Chicago or one of the bottom feeders, right? But you're getting pretty close. All right, so 3.4 to 2.8. The over-under is 6.24. Calgary taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. -135 is the line. What a game against Chicago. You thought Kane won it in the last second in overtime. And no, they went to the shootout and they had to get her done there. They wanted to keep the fans there, get them the concession stands to get some people buying more in the shootout. But no, we all know they're closed by then. 3-2 was the final. 6.5 is the total tonight. 135 is the line, and we're going to lean with the Vegas Golden Knights. 3.5 to 2.9. The over/under 6.47, and the Vegas Golden Knights chance of winning this game straight up 58.1%. The Golden Knights are 5-5 straight up and against the puck line in their last 10. And the Calgary frame, very inconsistent. C neutral right now, 27-31 on the year, 4-6 in their last 10. All right, the best team in hockey right now, no doubt, Boston Bruins. The Bruins, just all they do is win hockey games, 43-13 on the year. They're riding a 4-game win streak, and they're taking on the Seattle Kraken tonight on the West Coast. -175 is the line, 5.5 is the total, and we're going to lean with the Boston Bruins in a low-scoring affair. 2.7 to 2.4, the over-under to land on 5.21. So this one could go under the total. And looking at the last 10 games for the Bruins on the total, 3-7 to the under, but the Kogo pretty high at 62%. And your final game at the Shark Tank, hosting the Nashville Predators. -125 is the line for Nashville. San Jose coming off a 4-0 shutout win over the Kraken. And we are going to lean with Nashville in this one, 3.4 to 2.7, the over-under at 6.23. So we do like this one to stay under the total tonight in San Jose. San Jose's last 6 games have gone under the total, 3-7 to the under in the last 10, and the Kogo tonight's at 48%. You got C neutral against C neutral. All that means is that both these teams are either 3-4, 4-3 in their last 10 games. All right, there's your roundup today with the computer picks. And let's go to the team standings. This is, again, just like I said in the NBA basketball video, it's always good to look at, we're always concentrated on the total, the side, the money aspect of it. But this is why in the Raymond Report, I look at teams in 3 different tiers, A, B, and C, right? A-type teams 60% or higher. B-type teams, your middle-of-the-pack teams, your average Joes, 50 to 59.9. And the C-type teams, those are teams below 500. You can't trust those C-type teams. Just like I say all the time, it's like an old high school sweetheart. You know they're going to break your heart. And yeah, so the only team right now in the C-type teams, let's go look at the home record. The top team in the Boston Bruins, 24-5. Tampa Bay, 22-6. And when you look at the road record for the best team, look at New Jersey, 21-7. Boston, there they are again. Carolina, 18-10. And one thing, if you click on this type of teams, so all those A-type teams I was telling you about, they've won 69.1% of their home games this year, compared to 60.3% for on the road. So you know what, you can trust these A-type teams, and if you get the home team, the road teams, like a Winnipeg or a Carolina on the road, you could get some good value. The B-type teams, this is where it's really fascinating to see this. And think of it, right? B-type teams mean average teams, so win one, lose one type thing. But look at the B-type teams, the home record, 52.1. But look at their road record. You would think the B-type teams would have a better home record, and this is why sometimes in sports betting, taking a look, and the public's always going to gear their consciousness, their self. The first thing you think of when you think of home team, you're directed to the home court, home field advantage, the home ice advantage. So you think right away that okay, they might have the advantage right there, but not so much. You can see right here, 56.9%. So be careful when you are betting those B-type teams, and don't get caught into like because they're a home team that they're destined to win that game, right? C-type teams, 46.8 and 37.07, and that's why I don't trust C-type teams. All right, I was looking for a special word there, but I couldn't make it come out like I wanted to. But anyway, if I do it, I'll post it in the comment section. All right, here's the law of average pick. I got this idea from my good friend Ross Benjamin about 10-15 years ago, and it's a law of average pick. And if you go to the website ATS Stats and you go to your dashboard, And once you go to the dashboard, this is a good theory, and this is what the Raymond report is based on, the law of average theory, right? And the way it works is this: I'm not saying this is a way that you make your pick, but it's a good, like I say it all the time in these shows. When you're doing your handicapping, you're looking for indicators, right? Here's an indicator, here's an indicator, and the more indicators you can string along to a side or a total, then you got yourself a solid selection. Now, the way this works is that every day we track a team that won their last game against a team that lost their last game. So Tampa Bay won their last game, Buffalo lost their last game, so they make the law of average pick right there, right? And see if you look at here, the LA and New Jersey both lost their games, they don't make the cut. Pittsburgh straight up lost, and all these asterisks means that's the losing streak they're on, right? So they've lost their last three. Edmonton's won their last game, so you can see Pittsburgh could be. Now the thing is, you're probably sitting there going, so Ron, if the more asterisks they have, the stronger to play. No, no, it's not that at all. Because I find that the more loss. Hey, the one thing I say about losing streaks, if 3, you can talk me in and out of a game. 4, hold the rope, get on the bus, because it could be a long ride when they get that next win, right? Rangers lost the last 2, Detroit won, so Rangers could be a good value play, and that's the way you should look at it too, right? Maybe there's good value, because what do you think the betting public's going to think? Oh, Edmonton won their last game, so Pittsburgh lost, and they lost their last 3, so they should kill them, right? But that's where the law of average theory comes in, and this is why indicators, just put a little check mark on your handicapping when you're doing your handicapping, right? Rangers, Detroit, yeah, we did that one. Vegas, yeah, they lost. Calgary won, so Vegas could be aligned. A lot of the law of average plays tonight, and when you think about it, we'll look at the standings. Nobody's really dominating except maybe Boston, but there's no really clear-cut favorite right now. If I ask you who's going to win the Stanley Cup, it could be a coin toss, right? Boston, Seattle could be a good play, but I wouldn't go against Boston. Vancouver, St. Louis, none. Columbus, yeah, Minnesota won their last game. Columbus lost. Columbus is going through a good little streak right now, so there could be some value here on the Blue Jackets. So that's how the law of average theory works, and hopefully it, like I say, if you learn something new every day, it adds to your robot of handicapping, right? All right, let's go to your stat and trend of the day. I got a good one here on the total, and it's down here, and it's on the Detroit Red Wings. Anytime Detroit's a home underdog, last 4 years, and they won their last game by 2 goals or more, the under is 16-3 to the under. So Detroit, they are playing tonight. Let me see who they're playing against tonight. The Red Wing Rangers under. Yeah, we'll see if that one goes under 6.5 tonight. So keep an eye on that one, and let's see if it cashes a winning ticket. All right, your number one sports betting option, the team that's in the best situation tonight, it is the Pittsburgh Penguins. However, the bad news is a C-type team, -110 is the line. Edmonton, B-type team. Yeah, Edmonton. I think Edmonton. Hey, I think of that meme where the goalie's there and there's a beach ball behind him. Hey, couldn't stop a beach ball these days. Neutral 38 in the cycle, meaning win 1, lost 1, 3-4, 4-3 in their last 7. Strength of schedule 45. Pretty respectable, and their record against B-type teams this year, 43%. Look at the C-type teams, they beat the beatables 64% of the time. The bad news is they're on a 3-game losing streak, but they're 15-12 at home this year, and we're giving them a 37.7. I wish that was at 40% or higher. I don't like it when it's below 40%, but Pittsburgh Penguin, your number one sports betting option. What does that mean? It just means from a a handicapping situational spot, they're in the best spot here tonight compared to all the other teams. All right, that is your NHL hockey betting show today for a Thursday, February 23rd. And as I said in the NBA one, this one's on me. So hopefully we got you some winners here today, and we'll be back here on a Friendly Friday to kick you off for the weekend. In the meantime, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back here on a Friendly Friday. Cheers.